Welcome in. Much love and aloha. My name is Sean Pottinger, and I am starting this YouTube channel to kind of capture the process that is behind this project that I'm working on. So I'm calling this project MTG808Junior, and the goal of the project is to kind of revitalize the youth Magic scene here in my community on Oahu, in Hawaii. So, a little bit of background. I started playing Magic when I was in 4th grade, and started playing competitively in tournaments when I was in about 7th grade. So I've been playing Magic for about 2/3 of my life, and there have just been so many positive things that have come out of that for me. It hasn't all been positive, but the good definitely outweighs the bad. And I attribute a lot of the reason for why I got involved in this to what we call the Junior Super Series, which is a tournament series that Wizards, the company that makes Magic, they used to put on this tournament series, and it was for at first kids 16 and under, and then later they changed it to 18 and under, and they could play in these youth tournaments, and if you did well, you got scholarship money. So that, to me, that was my entrance into the Magic community. That instilled in me this goal that I still carry today of just wanting to excel at playing competitive Magic, doing well in these tournaments, trying to qualify for the Pro Tour. And that love for the game was instilled in me from a very young age, in large part thanks to the Junior Super Series. For whatever reason, Wizards got rid of the Junior Super Series about 10 years ago, and there isn't really anything currently to introduce kids to the Magic community, and I'm just trying to fill that niche that was left behind by the JSS, because the JSS had such a positive impact on me. So what my project is I'm trying to run one youth tournament. We're playing Standard Pauper, fascinating format. I'm trying to run one youth tournament every month. My first one in January, I had 10 kids. My second one in February, I had 12 kids. I'm planning my third one in a few weeks here in March, hoping to get more. And just providing this tournament series, I'm hoping to provide like a focal point for the youth Magic community to kind of blossom around. And it's hard to get momentum, right? Like, there's a reason why kids struggle to get into the Magic community, right? The kids that I've seen most invested in the Magic community, they usually have a parent that plays, or they're a good friend of theirs taught them how to play or something like that. So, but it's not super popular. Not a lot of kids know about it, and it's incredibly complex, right? You got to you got to know how to read, you got to know how to do math, right? There's just all of these different barriers to getting into and understanding and thriving within the Magic community that a lot of kids don't necessarily pursue it without assistance. So just running the tournaments isn't enough. I've been trying to provide as much scaffolding as I can to get kids to the point where they feel comfortable playing in tournaments, to where they want to play in the tournament, they feel like they have a reasonable shot at succeeding. So the tournaments are supported by a series of different Magic clubs at middle schools and high schools that I've been partnering with, and the Magic club structure allows not only for the community to grow, right? The kids are playing Magic at their school. They have a teacher that's kind of helping them and assisting them and providing guidance. They can tell their friends about this cool thing that they got to do after school, or they got to play in this awesome tournament on the weekend. So in my mind, the after-school Magic Club is kind of going to be the bread and butter of this tournament series. The tournaments wouldn't exist if we didn't have these Magic clubs. But the story behind the Magic clubs, so my background is in education. I work for a nonprofit organization that we support teachers that want to do project and place-based learning, and then we collect data for our research about project and place-based learning. And I want to go into this in more detail in another video, but the big takeaway from project and place-based learning is that kids need to have the learning, whatever learning that they're doing, it needs to be rooted in a community that they care about, and everything that they're learning needs to kind of come back to the big why of why they're learning it. Well, they need to learn it so that they can give back to this community that they're a part of. So taking that principle of project and place-based learning, I think that structuring after-school Magic curriculum within the Magic community, it's a perfect fit. So through my day job working at Palace and Places, I've been able to support 2 different Magic clubs that have been trying to roll out playing Magic with the curriculum and the goals of the Magic Club nested within this research that we're doing about project and place-based curriculum. I feel super lucky that I get to have part of my full-time job is to support these Magic clubs. And then, so I have 2 schools that I've been working with. One is Nanakuli Intermediate and High School, or Nanakuli High and Intermediate School, and they were kind of the first club that I got in touch with when I started working here. That Nanakuli is one of the schools that my nonprofit supports, and it just so happens that they already had a Magic club. So Kelly Roberts, who is the head of the club here at Nanakuli, he kind of got started just by teaching the kids how to play, sharing his passion for the game, right? And then he got a good core of about six to 8 kids that come pretty regularly, and then other kids kind of trickle in and out. But he got this really good core of kids for his Magic club started. I found out that they existed. I've been trying to support Kelly in every way that I can, and also design projects for his students to do. So the project that they're working on now, besides getting ready for these tournaments, is to help me support the another Magic club, which is at another school that I work at, Kavaihona Public Charter School. So at Kavaihona, the teacher there, Luca Barcinella, he doesn't really know a whole lot about Magic, but he really just likes games, right? He loves playing games, he loves nerd culture, and he's a really awesome teacher, and he was just interested in it. He would have like a game day once a week after school, and it's kind of become like it's grown into a Magic club. So there's about 4 kids at that school that are like super into it, and then they're doing their best to try to introduce other kids to it. I took the high schoolers down to Kavaihona the other day to kind of help them to, just learn how to play, learn how to build decks and all that. And we had 4 high schoolers and about 8 kids from Kavaihona. So growing those 2 clubs, and again, I feel super lucky because it's part of my responsibilities for work. And then there's a 3rd club that we've been partnering with. This club is at Kapolei Middle School, which is not a school that's supported by the grant that my job is funded through. So I don't support. It's not as easy for me to directly support them, but I've been trying to do as much as I can. Took the high schoolers out there once. Their teacher, Dave Espina, is he's just really into Magic. He'll play FNM sometimes. I see him at the local shop. And he's got about 3 or 4 kids that are interested in playing in tournaments, and then he says he has about 10 kids total that come and play Magic with them. So yeah, I've got these 3 clubs. They have really awesome teachers that are really dedicated, and I'm just trying to help support them to the point where they feel comfortable growing into wanting to play in these tournaments. So it takes a lot of work to pull off youth tournaments, and my role has just been trying to network these schools together and to support them and give them project opportunities whenever I can. So that's kind of my project. The goal of this channel is to kind of document the process behind it, and also just to get feedback from people. I know that Magic clubs exist in other places, especially in mainland USA. I don't know if anyone has ever tried to do this before, start a Magic youth tournament series from scratch. But if you are interested in it, or if you've done similar work, I want to hear from you. So looking for feedback, looking for networking opportunities, and yeah, just really excited to be doing this work. I'll end here for my first video, but I do want to point everyone in the direction of my Facebook page, MTG808Junior. I've been trying to put up as much tournament coverage as I can, and also just like resources for the kids to look at if they want to prepare for the tournaments. Got some cool photos there, so if you're interested in what I'm doing, check out the Facebook page. There's lots of resources there, and give me a comment. Let me know what you think, and hopefully this will be the first of many videos about this project. So, sayonara.